what better time to talk about the top 5 reasons that I really like my Tesla Model S Plaid and the top 5 reasons I don't. So yeah, stuck in traffic, using Autopilot. Probably that's the #1 reason. I've owned modern BMWs and Mercedes, and both of them have actually pretty decent self-driving capabilities. But both BMW and Mercedes restrict the self-driving capabilities to under 40 miles an hour, which means that in stop and go traffic like this, they're pretty good. But once you get over 40, they don't nearly have the lane keeping abilities of the Tesla. And Tesla overall has pretty good autopilot. Even the vision only autopilot on the new Model S's is pretty good. Reason #2, the acceleration of this car is just stupid. There's nothing under $200,000 that can accelerate like this car. And I owned a Tesla Model S P100D before, and it was kind of a one-trick pony because it accelerated really fast from 0 to 60, but when you stomped out on the highway, it didn't feel all that fast. But this car is just silly. It's silly talk. Anywhere under 130 or 140 miles an hour, not that I ever drive that fast, is just stunning in terms of the acceleration that it can produce. The new Model S is actually a pretty nice place to be. The redesigned interior of this car is pretty nice. The previous gen before the 2021 update was getting a little long in the tooth, and this is a good upgrade. You'll also notice that yes, I have a real steering wheel in the car. Okay, reason #4. This car actually turns. The P100D's suspension was floaty and not very well controlled, and this car has pretty decent suspension on it. The air suspension's been retuned, the track has been widened, the suspension is all new. You can watch what's going on the display. It's pretty good. And the 5th reason is just the overall comfort. This car has a pretty advanced suspension, and I'm pretty happy with the way it rides. It also has active noise canceling, so it's pretty quiet on the highway. And yeah, it's the level of comfort this car can produce is pretty high. Let's go over the top 5 reasons I dislike this car. #1, well, I hate to admit it, and Tesla's build quality has gotten a lot better. Still not that great. This car squeaks and rattles, and stuff just makes noise more than it should. I will admit that when you're on the highway going at highway speeds, the car is pretty quiet, but there's certainly some times under there where it's not. Reason #2, Tesla moving everything to the steering wheel. There are no stalks behind the wheel. The haptic touch is still pretty bad. I've gotten used to it. The blinkers on the steering wheel and the horn on the steering wheel is a little funky, and the windshield wipers are fiddly. But I would rather have stalks, and I understand it's a cost-cutting measure. The 3rd reason I hate this car is the automatic wipers are terrible. There are times when the windshield will be almost completely covered in mist, and the wipers won't go on, and there'll be other times where you'll get phantom wipes just in the middle of the road, nothing else is happening, and then whoosh, whoosh, it's annoying. Okay, reason #4. When I got this car, I optioned out the 19-inch wheels and then bought a set of the 21-inch Arachnid wheels later. Obviously, the 21-inch wheels look a lot better, and because the tires are better, they're Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, they stick really well, and they are great tires. Unfortunately, this car from the factory has some alignment issues, and pretty much all of them eat rear tires in between 5,000 and 10,000 miles, which is a lot considering the tires are $450 a piece. Reason #5. This is actually kind of hard. It was a little bit difficult to actually think of 5 reasons, but this car, being the size it is, doesn't have a ton of interior space. You can tell that it's a 10-year-old design, and certainly the back seat is a comfortable place to be, but it's not quite as roomy as it could be, and it doesn't feel all that much bigger than a Model 3, even though the car is almost 1,000 pounds heavier. So that's it. That's my list. Overall, as you can see by my kind of weak reasons to not like the car. I do like this car a lot. It's probably the best daily driver I've ever owned, and it's probably the best daily driver that I can think of, as long as you've got charging at home.